Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back for part 2 of my reaction to the premiere of Star Wars The Bad Batch. Let's jump into it.
Tell me about Clone Force 99. They exhibit a concerning level of disobedience and disregard for orders.
A side effect of their mutation.
One that has never hindered the completion of their missions.
Then they executed Order 66?
Since both the Jedi General and Padawan on collar were eliminated, one would assume...
Assume nothing. Only the General's death is confirmed. A counter-report filed by one of their own says the Padawan escaped.
Ooh.
Let's see where the loyalty of these clones truly lies.
Some inner conflict, man.
There's a fundamental difference between taking fire in battle and being used for target practice.
Exactly. We're not dummy droids.
That much we agree on.
The convenient thunder crack when he showed up.
We have tracked a group of insurgents to the Onderon sector. They must be dealt with.
What sort of insurgents?
Separatist forces. If you neutralize this grave threat, you will be looked upon most favorably as I assess the needs of the Imperial Army.
That's a point of view right there. Separatist? Yeah, I bet it's not a separatist in the way that they've been told. Tarkin, you sneaky, sneaky snake.
Hunter, I need to talk to you.
All right. What is it?
Things aren't like before. We need to leave Camino.
Hunter, let's go! Change takes getting used to. You'll see.
Hunter. Never mind.
What was that?
You don't want to know.
Well, at least it's not a swamp.
Probably D. Bradley Baker.
How many droids can?
Clankers always travel in packs.
What if it's Jedi? Could be Saw. Because he's in here. He's in this season at least.
I'm clocking 25 heat signatures ahead, but 0 droids. Tarkin said insurgents, not droids.
There are children down there. Children? Out here?
What are you waiting for? Give the order.
Negative. Stand
Elderly too.
What? Make the call, Hunter.
We're not alone. Now stand down. You heard him.
They're Republic fighters. Why would Tarkin send us to attack our own forces?
Because we refuse to fight for an empire.
Saw.
Well, we're here to neutralize a group of insurgents.
Here we are. What are you gonna do? Strike us down like you did the Jedi?
Is that a request?
Enough.
Why don't you take a look at the insurgents you were sent to destroy? Villagers, croppers, former Republic fighters, refugees, since Palpatine unjustly appointed himself Emperor.
According to reports, his actions were a defensive measure.
And I figured you for the smart one. With the Jedi decimated and the clone army under his command, Palpatine will have control over the entire galaxy. The Clone War may have ended, but a civil war is about to begin.
With a handful of fighters and limited firepower, you don't stand a chance.
Not alone, we don't. The old ways are done. You can either adapt and survive, or die with the past. The decision is yours.
Ooh. He did this to see where their allegiances lie. He sent that probe droid to follow him, calling it right now.
They sent us to eliminate innocent civilians.
Who said they're innocent?
What's wrong with you?
Me. I'm following orders. If you don't have the stomach to do what needs to be done, then you're not fit to lead this squad.
To return to Camino, that it's not safe for us anymore. Maybe she's right.
I would not discount Omega's insight. A state of heightened awareness is not unusual for an enhanced clone such as herself. When Nalase spoke of 5 clones, Tarkin assumed that meant us, but echoes a reg. The 5th is Omega. I confirmed my suspicions after analyzing her DNA while we were in the infirmary.
And you waited until now to mention it?
Well, I thought it was obvious.
How is it obvious? We're going back for her.
How long's this conflict gonna go, man? Before Crosshair just splits altogether.
You're not authorized to be in here.
I got lost.
You're coming with me.
We will not. We are official Kamino.
Don't touch me, droid.
And
Bet all the clones that had not gestated completely yet have been exterminated. And this is a trap.
Hope you know the punishment for treason. Throw them in the brig.
Don't you see we're locked up in here because of him? He had us disobey orders. I never thought you disobeying orders was a problem. Good soldiers follow orders. Every choice you've made since Kala has been wrong.
We can debate my choices later. For now, let's focus on getting out of here.
His chip kind of
You're
works.
angry. I know what you're going to do, but please don't.
What do you know?
I know it's not your fault. You can't help it.
While the chip is not as active as its standard clones, the Order does appear to be working.
Can you intensify the programming?
Oh no.
Then proceed.
So he's like at least been like able to like withstand and maybe fight it a little bit on some level, but it's creeping in. Now they're just like, fuck off! Damn. But now I actually kind of feel bad about it. I thought he was just a dickhead.
This is a Kaminoan facility. It was built prior to the Clone Wars. There were no barracks or prisons when it was constructed. These cells were retrofitted to hold normal individuals. They could not possibly account for someone like Wrecker. Hit this. Here.
I'll never fit through that.
I'll do it.
You sure, kid?
I'm sure.
Okay. Get to the console and hit the lever to lower the ray shield. What was that? Hit the switch, Omega! Hey, Red! We need to find out when they took Crosshair. Let's move.
They're not gonna want to find Crosshair now, though. It's too late. They may have been able to help him before, but now probably not. That's why their new sharpshooter is going to be Fennec Shand. That's going to be my guess.
Tech, power up the ship. The rest of us will go after Crosshair.
I don't think we'll have to go far.
She knew it was Crosshair before he came through.
Have you lost your mind?
Yes.
We should have killed that Jedi. You disobeyed orders. Surrender.
Is that an order?
I guess it is.
Well, I guess I'm disobeying that one too.
Oh no.
Sir, someone's overriding the controls.
Oh, nice. All of a sudden, he can't hit his shots.
The remaining clones of Squad 99 have escaped, along with Omega.
We must be cautious. Until the Empire's intentions are made clear, say nothing.
Yes, Prime Minister.
The Kaminoans are acting on their own. I like this. What does this mean? What do they know?
Impressive shot back there. Where'd you learn to do that?
I don't know. I never fired a blaster before. I guess I got lucky.
Plot a course for J-19. J-19? We know a guy. Strap in, kid. You're not gonna want to miss this view.
No. All right, man. We did it. We made it through. Is there anything in here? Unfortunately, Crosshair couldn't take him out. I really, really like the perspective that this took. Especially seeing Caleb and Depa in the beginning, before the order was given, and we get to see that Clone Force 99 was actually pretty much the only reason Kanan even survived. That was so cool. I mean, you could definitely tell that was Freddie Prinze too, man. Just like doing his best young kid voice. I don't know, man. I had a blast with it. The action was really cool. I actually I thought the characters worked a lot better in this than they did in the first few episodes, you know? I don't know. I really liked the whole thing, man. The tone, I think really what's really selling it is the setting, for sure. Like this kind of conflict of what to do. I like that they, you know, I guess only out of them, Tech explained, their augmentations, it's uncertain if the chips installed with them were working. And it seems like the only one it was affecting was Crosshair. And Crosshair was always kind of a stick up the ass, like even in the previous episodes where they were all in. And they kind of alluded to why that is. Given, it intensified in this when the order was given and his chip was trying to get him to follow orders, to do what he's supposed to. Resistant, but that kept him butting heads with Hunter, who was completely immune. I like that play, because it doesn't make Crosshair like the dick. Like, he is, though. But, like, it doesn't make him, like, the traitor, really. I mean, yeah, he filed that report, but again, it, like, Omega said in there, is like, listen, it's, I know what you're going to do, I know what you've done, but it's not your fault. She already knew. And there was 2 instances. Like, in that moment, she knew what he was thinking. And then in that moment out there in the hangar, they were like, all right, we got to go get Crosshair before we get out of here. And then she's like, well, before the door opens, she's like, well, it sounds like you won't have to go too far. Now, sure, you could say the alarm was sent off and we're like, oh, well, people are going to come here. But that would still mean the distance is the same. You would not have to go any further if Crosshair was on the other side of that door. So she knew Crosshair was on the other side of that door. There's a reason that the Kaminoans are protecting Omega, because is she a Force-sensitive clone? Again, I've never shot a blaster before. Maybe it was luck. It was a good shot. You got him. I'm curious. I'm curious where this is going to go. I'm curious how this is going to expand. I really liked that we got to see Saw in here, kind of so they got to see both sides of what's happening. They got to see how the clones are reacting. We got to see like an insider's perspective on the transition from the Republic into the Empire. And I liked that shift. I liked that point of view. The art direction in this was also fantastic, you know, carrying over from the Clone Wars, just all of that subtlety to the animation, to the highlights, to the shadows, to these beautiful images. It was just gorgeous animation across the board. I liked seeing, you know, different parallels to things we saw in Revenge of the Sith, namely Palpatine's speech, and then of course Tarkin coming in and being Tarkin was really interesting. I wanted to see more about what was going to happen on Kamino, though. I want to see more of what Tarkin and the Empire's effect is on Kamino. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of that later, as maybe we learn a little bit more about what the Kaminoans were kind of doing on the side. Because like we saw plenty of clones still being grown, and we know that the Empire no longer uses clones. So what do they do with all those unmatured clones? What do they do eventually? Because again, like I said earlier, I don't know what the canon was currently for what happens to the clones after the end of the war. So I'm wondering if there's like a kill switch, if they're like in the Legends, they kind of decay at an exponential rate, making them unviable. Like they were only meant to go as long as the war went, and then just a couple years afterwards, they just fail due to their rapid aging. Or if something else is going to happen, because Tarkin's already pushing for the movement into conscripted troops. So we'll definitely see the decline in quality as they move along with that, as we move into stormtroopers, get away from clones, get away from this high trained, you know, built for combat whole thing. Now I didn't recognize those droids they fought in the training simulator. There's hundreds of thousands of droids, man. Some of them look so similar, and I don't know if we've seen that one before. But it reminded me of the Dark Troopers, and I don't know if that's like a prototype version or if we've actually seen that before. Because it's been a long time since I've seen all of the Clone Wars and Rebels and all that stuff. So if we've seen that before, just let me know in the comments. I'm curious about that. So yeah, I mean, I really like how they developed the characters in this a lot more. I just think they work a lot better as a team. Honestly, is it bad that I wouldn't have been that hurt if Wrecker died? Just so he wouldn't just chime in with something stupid whenever the scene's trying to be serious. And I'm curious how this Crosshair debacle is going to go. Is he just going to be hunting them down? And we know, like I said, we know Ming Na's in here, so I'm wondering if they get her on the team, they get her involved, or if she's going to be a bounty hunter tracking them down. I'm curious to see where that whole thing goes. Wasn't she an ex-Imperial sharpshooter as well? I don't know. I'm curious. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I thought it was a great kickoff. I have a lot of questions, but I liked everything that we saw in this. I'm looking forward to seeing where this whole thing goes. Right now, I don't know if there's a hard number of episodes. You know, the minimum was 14. I've heard that they've increased it to 16. Either way, I'm ready for the journey. I'm ready for the ride to see what's going in. What do you think the deal is with Omega? Do you think she's just enhanced? Do you think she's force sensitive? What do you think the secret is there? I'd love to know your theories, your thoughts, your opinions, and all that down below. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off to you. So carry on the conversation after the video down in the comments. Huge shout out to our patron legends, Mandy Sherritt, Antoine Rodriguez, and Ryan Karen. Thank you guys so much for your support, and everybody who's been joining the Patreon over there. Remember, full-length, unedited reactions are available over there on our Patreon, as well as if you become a YouTube member here. Same thing that's available on Patreon is available there as well. So that being said, we do have a Discord set up as well. If you want to join, talk Star Wars theories, spoilers, and all that jazz, come join, hang out, and we'll have a good time, and we'll see where this whole thing goes. For now, I'll catch you guys in the next episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. May the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.